Hey, it's your girl, your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn, and welcome to Legal Doc Talk 24/7. Who y'all? Um, Wait for a few more people come in. So I'm updating you guys on this because the saga is still not over, even though Jane Doe dismissed the entire action against but Jay-Z and Diddy. As I explained in the last live, there are several other suits that Tony is either representing the plaintiffs in against Jay-Z Rock Nation, or he's a party in a lawsuit that was filed by Jay-Z. But let me pull this up again. If y'all been with me from the beginning, y'all already know. Hey Babs, hey Rose, how y'all doing? This is just like a I don't know. I really don't know what to say, and I'm not saying it out of, oh my god, I just da 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 da. I already explained my reasoning of why stand by Buzbee, but the play, or in better terms, the actions that has taken place is very weird to me, is very sus to me. um I don't know. And a lot of stuff is coming out, for instance, the John Doe letter, because a lot of people they're just now talking about the John Doe demand letter. And I'm like, I've been peeped it. I peeped it 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago. So it's just weird. But now Jay-Z is bringing it out. Oh, and Tony also tried to put a John Doe on me, but you're saying this publicly after you have dropped the case, or the case has been dropped against you and Diddy. So it's just kind of, I don't know. Tony Buzbee lost and might have to pay. No, he does not have to pay legal fees. If you go back to my last video and read the whatchamacallit, each party is responsible for their own fees, and thus the reason why the motion for sanctions was dropped. So that is incorrect. Um all right. So on my screen is a list, because I had to create a timeline. So once again, Jane and John Doe letters was sent November 5th. Jay-Z ended up filing a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee under the pseudonym John Doe on 11/18. That is a day before the demand letters, or response, Jay-Z's response to the demand letters, were due. So instead of Jay-Z, how can I say this? Because the demand letters, once again, they asked for a confidential meeting to talk about the allegations, before they try to do anything else. That's what you call a pre-litigation uh meeting, whether it's a mediation or a deposition. Same thing that Drake is doing in Texas with the iHeart Radio. He is asking for depositions before he even files suit. So I want everybody to understand. And in that case, is not even an SA case. That case is for defamation. But well, actually, no, it's not even a case. Drake is only asking for pre-litigation depositions so he could sit down and have a talk to get more information to see exactly what it is that he needs to file. So having a meeting before a lawsuit begins is not uncommon. It is uncommon to individuals who don't know what the legal process is. And I think that's the nicest way that I can say that. So by Buzbee's firm sending a demand letter, that is not uncommon. I don't care what, anytime we have pre-litigation, a demand letter is standard. Now Jay-Z took it as an extortion letter, but all they wanted to do was sit down and have a meeting in regards to the allegations and the facts of the case. There was no money involved. You know how I know? Because I know the process. Same thing in the Drake case. He's wanting depositions before he files a suit. Once again, that's not uncommon. Now, going back to this. So Jay-Z, instead of him responding to both of those demand letters, he goes ahead and files suit. Now, we don't know what happened to the John Doe letter. And I stated there are two things that happened. Either they settled, or John Doe just said, I'm going to walk away, because they determined that the allegations weren't true. But in the demand letter, it clearly stated that they had evidence that he was there at that time and what happened happened. So I don't know about that. It's just very fishy to me that you have a John Doe demand letter that gives pretty much the accounts of what happened, said he woke up next to Jay-Z, and Buzbee in the letter strictly said that he had hard evidence, no pun intended. So this is very odd. This is just so fishy. Now it feels like Jay-Z is doing a PR campaign. I think it's all BS. Jay-Z thinks he's slick. I would like to be an attorney against Jay-Z. Oh my gosh, Babs Lord. I can only imagine you as an attorney, Babs. Oh my God, you gonna let Jay-Z have it. But yeah, so for me, I am just really looking at the events that has happened. So letters went out. Jay-Z ends up filing a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee a day before a response to both of those demand letters. Um, so once he did that, Buzbee turned around and he filed a lawsuit against Quinn Emanuel, which is Jay-Z's attorney's firm. Then a couple of days later, Buzbee then adds Jay-Z to the Jane Doe suit against Diddy. All right. Then Gerardo files a lawsuit against Rock Nation, Marcy Croft, Jessica Santiago on December 18th. Then Jane Doe, that New York case that was voluntarily dismissed. That's when Jane Doe, the ex-wife of that billionaire, the one that claimed that Buzbee gave her a venereal disease, she filed her suit on 12/19. Then Jose Maldonado filed his suit against Rock Nation on January 3rd. Come February, Jay-Z drops the motion for sanctions. And remember, the motions for sanctions was because one, Buzbee wasn't he did not file his pro hoc vice in the Southern District of New York. Now he is a licensed attorney for the state of New York, and he is also admitted in the Eastern District, but there's no record and there's no way for me to check because you have to have a whole login. I could check for the Eastern District, but the Southern District is a little bit different. But he didn't have anything on file stating that he was admitted in the Southern District of New York. So that was one reason why they were filing the motion for sanction. The second reason was because they stated that Buzbee pretty much filed a frivolous lawsuit, that he didn't pretty much fact check the client, properly vet her, so on and so forth. Okay. But they dropped the sanctions. So all that I just said, Jay-Z and them drop the motion for sanctions. And then a couple of days later, the whole entire case is dropped with prejudice, meaning she can never ever file again. Going back to the Jay-Z filing the lawsuit against Buzbee, at first it was for extortion, then he added defamation. But the crazy part is we have to see how that plays out. Because now there's no Jane Doe lawsuit, right? But now we know about the John Doe. But now Jay-Z is claiming it's very confusing. It is very confusing. Yes, yes. So the whole action was dismissed. I ended up doing another video to it and a live because I had to reread that. And I say, wait, it says the whole action. So yes, the whole action is gone with prejudice. I'll be playing a joker, but I would really like to be an attorney against him. I would definitely stop all of this BS. I would be a good. Hey, it is never too late. I'm actually my sis. Everybody keep talking to me about it. I'm actually gonna go to law school, y'all. I love being a paralegal, but I'm like at the end. I think it's more beneficial to be an attorney, and I think I could get a lot more done in means of trying to get into the Senate and stuff like that. So I have like super goals. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just go to law school and just be done with it. Let's see. Wow. Is all of Tony Buzbee lawsuit? No, Tony. Now, which one? Which one? So the two, the this one, the number 6 and those are they were in the state of Texas. That's where they were initially filed. Took place here. But since MJ Legal, Marcy Croft, and Quinn Emanuel, since they are technically citizens of another state, it would have to go to federal court. And so now those cases are in federal court in the Southern District of Houston. No, I'm sorry, Southern District of Texas, and it's the Houston Division. So those are the only lawsuits that he is representing someone in, and those are actually in that. Now I believe no, because I just pulled the filing. So as of right now, I know Gerardo and Jose Maldonado, who Buzbee is representing, those are in the Southern District of Texas. Yes, yes. I'm like, girl, come on. My sister in the top. My sister is in her she's about to do her go back to law school. And my best friend is in law school. This is her last year. Everybody keeps telling me because that's what I initially wanted to do when I was little. But I was like, I already got my school going, my education center, and I like being a paralegal. But I feel I could do more as an attorney. So yeah, I might be away from YouTube for a while. Jay-Z is scaring people away and making them change their mind, bullying them away. Yeah, it's very weird. It's very weird. Okay. So, before Jane Doe dropped her entire suit, going into the you should do it, Babs. You should really do it. Hey, we could go together. All right. So this is the case that is in California. So it's Jay-Z versus the Buzbee law firm, right? Um I don't even know cuz I don't hell I have to sit here and I have to really take notes to understand what the fuck is going on to make sure that I don't confuse y'all cuz there's so much stuff that is going on. So Sean Carter filed a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee, right? He filed for defamation. He filed for extortion. In that, he has stated pretty much the claims, the allegations against Jane Doe and recently the John Doe were false. The way he stated it is that Buzbee accused him of actually assaulting or raping both female and male minors. That's how he put it in his amended complaint. Since then, Buzbee filed a motion to strike certain language that was in the amended complaint. Um, and I wanted to read a portion. So it was just like certain things that he was pretty much all in all, Jay-Z was trying to discredit Buzbee. Buzbee filed this motion to strike saying that he's trying to everything that he's saying is false because he's just trying to take away from the fact that I'm gonna just read it this is just a snippet to the motion for strike that Tony Buzbee filed in response to Jay-Z's amended complaint. So it says Carter's First Amendment complaint is brimming with inflammatory, prejudicial, and false ad hominem attacks on Busbee's parties. These false and defamatory statements serve no legitimate litigation function. Rather, as set forth in the Buzbee parties concurrently filed demurrer and special motion to strike, Carter aims in filing this action is simply to distract the media and public from serious allegations of sexual misconduct that has been asserted against him in the district court for the Southern District of New York. That is abundantly clear from the tenor of his complaint, which he uses as a vehicle for nothing more than blatant character assassination. Pleadings cannot be used for mere character assassination, just as litigation cannot be used to intimidate and silence individuals for exercising their constitutional rights. Many allegations in the First Amendment complaint consist of little more than insulting personal attacks entirely irrelevant to the cause of action Carter has asserted. They are also fake. As such, they are manifestly improper and should not be included in his pleading. Carter's tactics in this regard and in others, as extensively detailed in Busby Party's other concurrently filed briefs, are wholly inappropriate. The subject allegations should be stricken. Um, Well, it says most of Carter's complaint is devoted to allegations detailing past lawsuits asserting against unrelated celebrities and unrelated allegations of sexual misconduct and falsely accusing Mr. Buzbee of prior misconduct utterly unrelated to plaintiff's claims. These irrelevant, false, and scandalous allegations are immerital and inappropriate and should be stricken. Because, mind you, guys, um, this is the time where Busby was getting all of those frivolous, well, not even frivolous. People were calling, harassing him, his family members, former clients, former employees, current clients, current employees. And also, he was saying, he was naming the Jane Doe that claimed that she gave him a venereal disease. All of this stuff. This is what. So, this motion to strike was filed January 21st, 2025. So they're still beefing during this time. So you're telling me from the 21st until the 7th of February, I don't know what happened. They had a meeting and all of a sudden the motion for sanctions is just mysteriously dropped. Then on the 10th of February, and this is before Jane Doe has filed her dismissal, he drops another. Well, Sean Carter. This is what I'm about to read. This is what I'm about to read. Um, I mean, if you're accused of rape of minors, that has no statute of limitations. You should attack the accusations aggressively. I mean, I get it. Jay-Z is asking for 100 million for Tony Down. Yeah, that's oh, people are late. I been read this. Yeah, so when he initially amended his complaint, that's what he was asking for. But she was a little shady, but I'm sure we don't know all the evidence, but I never really believed that lady. And that's what I was explaining last time. And it's a little different from me because I am on this side that do plaintiff work. I have to believe the plaintiff until I find out otherwise. And that's also why that's why I always say I have to sit back and I have to observe because I know when we get clients who were sexually assaulted years ago, we don't expect them to know every single detail, but we have enough in order to send out a demand letter, and if that doesn't work, we have enough to file a lawsuit. It is during the discovery phase is when we can say, okay, like I said, and I explained this last night, it is different. See, with a car wreck or with a wrongful death case or with a premises liability, I can gather all of my facts and I can have stone cold hard proof right then and there. But with a actual assault that happened years ago, it is a little bit different than something that happened last week. So we have to treat those cases a little bit different. And I know she had holes in her stories, but mind y'all, it was 20 something years ago. I don't remember half the crap. I am 42. I can't tell you half the ish. I don't remember. I really don't. I remember highlights. I remember some of the bad things that has happened to me, and that's it. But I can't tell you the specifics. We would never know the plaintiff disarmed the lawsuit, and Tony Bennett had no comment regarding dismissal and jayz. And I would have, because I check this shit all the time. I check it, and if I did check it, I would report. If I do check it and the media didn't know, y'all, hey, y'all know to come over here and get it. Because they had a great enough. There's a Diddy letter that dropped with similarities to the 13-year-old Diddy SUV driver told a doe Diddy was looking for. Uh, huh? Wait. There's a Diddy letter that dropped with similarities to the 13-year-old. Hmm. I gotta go. Man, there's so many Diddy cases. It makes my head hurt. I don't believe her because her own statement out of her mouth. Yeah, it is. I can understand that, Babs. Tony can't say she was intimidated and scared because typical bully and other victims would get discouraged. Yeah, and that's why I said she should have never done that NBC video. That's it. But here's the thing. Here is the thing. I could tell you I don't want to say I had a similar instance, but as a child, something happened to me. Now I could not give you all of the details. I can remember what happened to me and I can tell you exactly where it is, but what I did that day, I would not be able to tell you what happened prior to that, if that makes sense. So I could tell you, okay, he did this to me, but I couldn't tell you what happened prior to that, and I couldn't tell you what happened after that. I don't know. The only thing I know is what this man did to me. And I know that it happened on two occasions because I see this location and I see this location. So it just all depends. And that was in the 90s. Tony would rather fight Jay-Z on this own, and until the other cases are dismissed, they will fight. Oh, they're going to keep fighting. They're going to keep fighting. See, and that's good. That is good. I'll tell you now, I don't remember dilly squat. I couldn't even tell you what I ate that day. I couldn't even tell you what day of the week it was. And that's just me. Okay. So what was I saying? So we had that's what I was, because somebody said, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I'm pulling up the amended complaint. Mhm. I think them damn that John Doe letter is what pissed. Assumed damages. Oh my child. Okay, so this was the extortion. This was all right. Let's get to. I'm just gonna get to the declaration. All right. So the 21st of January, Buzbee filed a motion to strike the allegations that Jay-Z made in his amended complaint. All right. So now here. So they have filed an opposition to. You know what? I didn't even fucking pull that. I didn't even pull that. Hold on, what y'all talking about? I remember things when I was two. My mother. Oh yeah, that's crazy. You definitely need to be an attorney. That's common because victims live their lives trying to forget that it happened. I know that's right. But one thing it didn't do, it didn't bother me. That's one thing it did not do because I refuse to let that bother me. Wow. See, some people have that mirror. I do not. Tony Busby has a lot on his plate. Alex Bell look like he's taking this personal. No, man, what? I need to do a deep dive into Alex Sparrow because this Eric Adams, that case is also bothering me too. I agree with you. She did have that interview. Yeah. And they know that they should Tony know better. Crybaby is still striking people. Wait, who's striking people's channel? Who's striking people's channels? Are you talking about DJ Academics? I'm on his ass too. I I'm not gonna stop. And this ain't the first time DJ, or I don't know. I don't know if he's striking my channel. I don't know. But even on TikTok, when he did something, I forgot what he did. I was talking about the SA case, and my whole TikTok video came down talk about it was harassment or something. Oh, okay. You want to play? I honestly think Jay-Z will get in bigger trouble. He just opened an investment firm. Jay-Z does dirty tactics. Ooh. If Tony Busby don't get at least a judgment or settlement, that might bolster Jay-Z claims. I Man, let me tell bro. When I tell y'all, you go to Busby's Instagram because people were I was even in the comments. I'm asking, hey, why y'all drop both of them? Why y'all drop both cases? Please let me know. Hold on, y'all. Let me I need to pull up because I need to find the opposition. Let me go here. Please be available because I don't want to have to go through this thing. So on here, this is just a declaration of Jay-Z why he opposes Busby's motion to strike Jay-Z's amended complaint. Hold on, let me. Oh man, you know what? Hold up. It's not even on that site because it is in Los Angeles. Hold on, y'all. I have to go through a whole different portal right quick just to get to this case. Give me a second. Thank y'all for definitely being with me on such a late night. Hold on, cases. California. Where is it? Los Angeles. I didn't even think to pull that while I was even in here. SMCV 05637. Yeah, everybody be like, how do you be accessing these documents? I have to. I have to have a website to access documents so that way I can. Okay, so here's the motion to strike, declaration, proof of opposition. Oh, that's why. Gosh, diggly dogs. Why y'all don't have that available? It's probably gonna take some time. because these wasn't even available. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to see if I can get this opposition to see exactly what Jay-Z opposed to it. Um, but I know this was on the 10th. What was the 10th? That was Monday. Because these documents are just now coming available in the system that I use. So I have to look. If Tony can fight BlackRock, he could fight Rock Nation. Oh man, okay. I might have to see if I can get one because the opposition is not available. I might have to do another live, but that's okay. I'm gonna go with this one. So we'll just see. I wanted to get the opposition to see what they opposed on the motion for strike, but we're just gonna see what Jay-Z says why he's opposing Buzbee's motion for strike. Let me get through these comments and I'll get to reading. It is amazing that they are trying to sue Buzbee. Has a case with the fake investigators and trying to get former clients to sue Buzbee. There's a lot of nerve, in my opinion. Man, that's why I said I'm keeping this. All does not make sense. It's just like a puzzle pieces all scattered everywhere. We're trying to put the pieces to the puzzle. Yes. What did hold over? I don't know. People underestimate it. BlackRock never went up against Quinn. But let me tell y'all something. Alex Spiro is not no saint. Because I remember him for back in the days, and it was something I was reading in one of these cases that sparked that back. Alex was doing some shady ass crap too. Yes, it is levels, but y'all know what's going on in New York too. Now, in that same court that Eric Adams is in, somebody brought it to my attention yesterday that these judges are resigning. They want no parts of what's going on with that. How can the DOJ send the court a memo saying that they need to dismiss the case with prejudice so Eric Adams can get back to his mayor duties and pretty much do whatever Trump says? Make that make sense. I thought they settled. If Jay settled, why would he sue Busby? Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no. They let me. We are all lost. We're all lost. And hold up, I don't know, Earl, if you was. I don't know if you was here earlier, but Earl, what you said. Look, he sued Jay-Z. See, that's what everybody. I don't know if everybody is thinking that this is brand new. This is not. Jay-Z suing Buzbee is not brand new. Jay-Z sued Buzbee the day before he was supposed to respond to the Jane Doe and John Doe letters. Oh wow, I didn't know Alex Sparrow he represented Johnny Depp. Man, I'm so pissed at the darn Russell Simmons. I'm just pissed. I'm so sick of these SA cases because it just seemed like everybody's getting away. I'm not even gonna lie. But Jay-Z filed his lawsuit against the Buzbee law firm on November 18th, the day before he was supposed to respond to the Jane and John Doe letters. Mm-hmm. Oh, people chiming in. Hey, Bria, what is it, Brina? I haven't seen you before. I don't think there is something. Wait, I do think there is something to note about Trump's ex-lawyers representing Busby on the Jane Doe case and Alex Sparrow being Elon Musk's retained attorney and Trump attending the Super Bowl where Jay-Z was parading around because the deal had already been done. Ooh, no conflict. Ooh, conflict. Just regular day billionaire boys club. Child, I ain't think about that. I didn't think about that. Oh, okay. I didn't think about that. It is a lot of politics, plus no prosecutor want to be known as the one Trump demanded to drop charges against the mayor, either Republican or that. Right, right. They get in the way. They get in the way, baby. These people, I don't care what you say. These people get in the way, and I'm about to tap into those other people like the Weinstein and the Mike Jeffries. I want to see what happens to that. I'm sorry, but Jay-Z's turn isn't all that great from what I've seen. Who uses news evidence to back up your point, and he doesn't give solid research. Dame Dash feels Alex is was I'm gonna pull up that article of that one case that Alex actually handled and what he did, because that he shouldn't have did what he did. I see you been here and watching it a cut. That's what I be doing too. I be working, watching it a cut. I gotta look that up. Oh, y'all live in this chat. Trump the punk of the Supreme Court. Yes, it is so sad. It is really sad. Jay-Z was moving around all throughout the situation. Y'all all act like the man went in. Oh, I know he didn't went into hide. I know. I know. I see. Some people say he went into hiding. But yeah, so y'all, this lawsuit against Jay-Z against the lawsuit that Jay-Z filed um against Tony Buzbee, he ended up filing it under the pseudonym John Doe. So nobody knew who it was. Everybody thought it was like Kevin Hart or somebody. Now some people did know. People like me did not know because I wasn't into this. I was not into this until I was like, oh shit, Tony doing something. But let's get into these declarations, y'all. Let me go back where I put the darn declaration. All right. Once I get my hands on the actual opposition, um, hold up. Let me check one. I'm gonna check one place because if I ain't got it, shout out to Document Things on X. I think they out here in Dallas too. I think I might start doing that too, since I can get my hands on documents. Start, I don't know, selling them. Shit, I don't know. Why can't I pull it up? Somebody got to do it. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. Yeah, why can't I find it? Oh my gosh. Who are my friends? See, that's why I don't get on Twitter. There we go. Ooh, I gotta do that TDJ because he did respond. What the hell was I looking for? Oh yeah, the opposition. And that was on 210. Nope. I don't think nobody even knows about it. I don't even know how to spell that lady name. I don't even think. Okay, let's get into this declaration, y'all. So this is Jay-Z's response regarding his opposition to Tony Buzbee's motion to strike certain parts of Jay-Z's amended complaint. Hope that made sense. All right, so declaration of Sean Carter. I am okay, we already know who you are. All right. All right, everybody got their notebooks out. We got to take notes here. In November 2024, I received demand letters from Anthony Buzbee falsely accusing me of vile conduct. Each was dated November 5th, 2024. Mr. Buzbee wrote the first letter on behalf of someone he identified as only Jane Doe. Mr. Buzbee's letter stated that At a 2000 party in New York, I raped his client, who was then 13 years old, after someone had secretly rugged her. That accusation is false and ridiculous in every respect. Now, here is the crazy part. The way that he detailed this declaration, it was not detailed in the amended complaint. He just simply stated that he was accused of sexually assaulting and raping both male and female minors. But you wasn't now all of a sudden, but okay, maybe it's just me. Mr. Busby wrote his second letter on behalf of someone he referred to only as John Doe. In that letter, Mr. Busby stated that at a 2015 party in Beverly Hills, I sexually assaulted John Doe, who was then 16 years old, after someone else had also secretly rugged him. That accusation is also false and ridiculous in every aspect. Man, let me tell y'all. Hold up. Where Tony declaration at? Cause y'all, let me tell y'all how detailed this John Doe letter was. God dang it. Let me see. Lord, where did you put him at? I should have written down where the darn John Doe letters was. Oh, boop boop boop. I found it. Now let's review this John Doe letter again. Because I want y'all to hear the words. I want y'all to hear the words that were said. I write on behalf of my client John Doe, a minor at the time of this occurrence. This letter is Mr. Doe's pre-suit demand to participate in a confidential mediation session with you and your counsel concerning my client's claims outlined below. All statements made herein are for the purposes of negotiating a settlement and are confidential pursuant to the rules. The settlement demand is confidential and may not be shared with any other party. Then it goes on to say, for decades, Sean Combs, aka P. Diddy, allegedly abused, M-worded, raped, assaulted, threatened, and coerced women, men, and minors for sexual gratification, to assert dominance and to conceal his apparent conduct. Combs allegedly accomplished these acts by and through a criminal enterprise built on his success as a rapper, record producer, and record executive. He also allegedly did this through the assistance of others. We have evidence that you, jayz, were one such individual who participated in this foul conduct. Y'all have to realize Combs is in it's a criminal enterprise, and this could be the reason why they dropped this case, because it's probably bigger than any of us. When you have RICO charges, Combs is not going to be the only person. More individuals are going to be included in this RICO case. Mark my words. Now, he said he also allegedly did this through the assistance of others. We have evidence. Evidence. We have. Why would you say this in the John Doe demand letter? Number two, if he didn't respond to the John Doe demand letter by November 19th, why didn't he file a lawsuit on behalf of John Doe? He said that he had evidence. Normally, we're not going to put this in no demand letter if we don't have evidence. In our demand letters, we also put everything that we have. If we have medical records, medical bills, police report, incident report, we're sending it with the demand letter. Anywho's, in his frequent sexual assaults, Combs allegedly used the popular date grape rug Rufinol, or GHB to commit heinous non-consensual acts of sexual violence and rape against countless victims. Those same rugs were used here in conjunction with the sexual assault of my client, which I will prove you participated in. All right, so they talk about their relationship, right? Then we question this. Why put Beyonce in this demand? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right. Now, this is what was said. John Doe was 16 years old in 2015 when you sexually assaulted him in Beverly Hills, California. In the summer of 2015, Doe had rose up in the hip hop music scene ranks. He traveled across the country to open for prominent household name artists. Doe started gaining significant traction on all platforms like Spotify and Apple Music and had a growing fan base. A well known agent represented Doe. Doe often toured with his close friend who also pursued a music career. So this boy was not alone. He had a friend with him. While performing at a show in Miami, Doe and his friend received a call from their agent letting them know Combs and or his associates invited them both of them to a Diddy party in Beverly Hills, California. Both Doe and his friend felt immediately excited and with anticipation of meeting some of the biggest stars in the music industry who would likely attend this party as well. With only a few days until the event, the two young artists flew home to Texas, immediately purchased airfare to Los Angeles, and left to attend the exclusive party. When the boys landed in Los Angeles, Combs and his business associates had arranged for a black SUV to pick them up from the airport. Inside the vehicle, the boys were offered non alcoholic champagne. Be noticed to either of them, the champagne contained rugs. About 30 minutes after sipping the champagne, both of them began to feel or began feeling disoriented. Doe suddenly felt weak and confused, unlike anything he had ever experienced before. Doe's friend then passed out in the car before reaching their destination. While Doe felt disoriented, he did not lose consciousness at this point. The drive from the airport to Beverly Hills Mansion took approximately an hour. Upon arrival, security guarded the entrance, opening a large gate that to a white mansion. Doe recalls the grass being the nicest he has ever seen, and the property having impeccable trimmed trees and landscaping. Doe could see a lively crowd already at the party with multiple cars arriving one after another. He noticed many other attendees, both male and female, around his age, some younger, who were also entertainers. As Doe stepped out of the car, his friend remained unconscious in the back seat. Doe leaned in and tried to wake him, but an older man quickly approached and offered to help, reassuring him, "Your friend is just tired from the flight." The same man then instructed Doe to place his friend's cell phone in a brown bag, explaining that photographs and videos were strictly prohibited inside the house and at the party. After complying, the individual removed Doe's friend from the car and took him to an undisclosed location. At the entrance, another man introducing himself as a lawyer greeted each guest. He required guests to sign a non disclosure agreement before entering the party. No guests were provided with copies of the NDA after signing. At this point, Doe's memory hazing. Doe's memory grew hazy as he drifted in and out of consciousness under the effects of GHB. He recalls being led upstairs across a marble hallway into a room designated for him. As he entered, Doe fully lost consciousness and did not wake up until the next morning. Now, here's the trippy part. The next morning, Doe awoke in an unfamiliar bedroom. The effects of the rug had worn off. As he opened his eyes, he saw you lying beside him in bed. Your expression was blank, but with an appearance of guilt and shame. He remembers you being mostly unclothed, wearing only short white boxers. You two stared at one another for what felt like a very long time. Doe then noticed another person in the bed as well, turned away with a blanket over her head. However, Doe did see her face briefly. Doe began to understand what happened. You and most likely the other woman he saw briefly engaged in non consensual sexual intercourse with Doe while he was rugged and unconscious. Doe then leaped out of the bed, only wanting to find his friend and get out of the house. As he got out of the bed, he realized he was completely naked and his genitals, including his where the sun don't shine, were throbbing in pain. Doe searched the nearby rooms but could not find his friend. He rushed through the house, turning up nothing. Then, through a window, he saw a few individuals asleep by the pool. Doe went outside to check and eventually found his friend next to the poolside swing. His friend was unclothed just as he was. Doe shook his head to wake him. As his friend came to, he mumbled in confusion and asked why they both was naked. Doe did not know why either, but asked his friend what he remembered. His friend replied that the last thing he recalled seeing was Celebrity X, and we still don't even know who the heck Celebrity X is. Doe's friend saw his clothes nearby and quickly dressed, while Doe wrapped himself in a towel he found by the pool. Doe asked his friend to come upstairs with him to find his clothes so they could leave. When they entered the room, it was empty. Both you and the other woman were gone. As the two ran out of the house, Combs stood waiting at the front door. He stopped them with a warning. If anyone hear about the party or what happened, he knew where each of the boys' family lived. He allowed them to grab their phones, then reminded them of the NDAs and added that he could crush any future they hoped to have in the music industry. What happened to this case? And I done seen all I done seen all y'all what you call it. What happened to this case? Now, unlike Jane Doe's, this boy told us exactly what happened. What happened to this case? What happened to this case? It's so much bigger. I think they dropped this because the criminal suit, that criminal suit, that criminal RICO that Diddy is facing, others are going to be included in that RICO case. I feel like it's bigger than all of us. Um, oh my gosh, I am so sorry, y'all. I done lost track of where y'all was. Oh Lord. Y'all going back and forth, back and forth. Hold on, let me see where I was. Okay. Ooh, all right. Um, he his lawyer must be good. Johnny Depp was Ben Chu and Camille Vasquez. I think I heard of that. What's up, Teddy Bradley? What's up, Miss Teddy Bradley? Alex Barr just closed his last 3 or 4 big cases. But see, that's the thing. Here's the thing that I want y'all to understand. Buzbee just does not he has several practice areas. So I don't know Buzbee. I mean, I know Buzbee covered essay cases. But a lot of the cases that I have looked into are like product liability, other personal injury cases like car wrecks and wrongful death, and asbestos cases, stuff of that nature. So everybody can say, okay, he sucks as a SA case lawyer, but man, y'all don't know what. I can't say for anywhere else, but I know here in Texas, we've had so many massage envy cases where people are getting essayed in massage parlors. People are getting essayed in freaking Ubers and Lyfts. So I don't know. Everybody has their own opinion, but I know Buzbee's work beyond these Diddy cases. And all y'all have to do is just go to his website and look at his practice areas. No man that's guilty of SA would challenge a lawyer to sue him criminally. I mean, technically, Alex Barr is the most profitable thing to see him at work. Didn't she said didn't wow me. In due time, everybody and everyone will be exposed, no matter who they are. I agree. I agree. I'm just waiting. Yeah, I didn't think Jay-Z was hiding. Fernando, when you're a billionaire, the rules are different unless the club turns on you. Mm-hmm. Several levels above Tony Buzbee, Alex Burris is doing international cases of practice law. But see, that's the thing. Busby is a national trial firm. He just doesn't handle cases in New York or in whatchamacallit. Any lawyer can practice anywhere if they file their pro hoc vice. But that's the thing. People like me, I'm not familiar with Alex Spiro. I'm familiar with Tony Busby, I guess because I am from Texas. So I know a lot more cases that Tony Busby does. And y'all go, every big trial attorney in the United States, if you go to their website, they put the big litigated cases or trial cases that they have. And then also, like me and my attorney was discussing several weeks ago, there is a difference between a litigation attorney and a trial attorney. A litigation attorney may never see the courtroom a day in their lives. But I'm gonna give Alex his props. He's good, but he be doing some shady ass stuff. Brianna, it don't work that way for a black man, no matter how rich you are. Tony is a great attorney. Tony Buzz, what you call? Oh no, he is not an ambulance chaser. No, 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 no. Jesus is black and been protected because he would sell out. And any and every black man, he is obedient. Diddy was not. God damn it. Uh, so definitely not a good attorney. It don't take that much to be an ambulance chaser. Rihanna just say you don't like the man because everything else you say, y'all is going hard in this. Let's use good getting lit. Let this Deshaun Watson construction worker you represented. Da, 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 da. They call him, but they take so many cases against. Oh gosh, that was never what you call it. That's about at the first request causes. But see that's what I'm saying. Y'all have to think outside of that. He just does not do essay cases. I don't know how many times I could say that. Just say you worship. I'm dying. Yeah. Now, some people on the outside will never ever get it. The Buzzy brought Jay-Z into the fighting two billionaires with deep pockets with high priority. You better have hard evidence. No, they do have hard. That's the thing. They do have hard evidence. And for the government would charge Diddy minor. But y'all have to understand also the statute of limitations when it comes to uh the criminal side of it. You just can't go and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna file charges." Da 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 da. Let me tell y'all something. This lawsuit that y'all have to be mindful. Diddy has racketeering charges. Diddy is not the only one that's going to go down for this. We just need to sit back and watch who else, because I need to figure out. I forgot when them enterprise letters is going to be sent out, filed with the court. But more people are going to be named. More people will be named. Say it's quite interesting. No word on YouTube world. No mention about the previous client of Buzbee. A man, I guess. We don't know. That's all I was talking about. This is the John Doe letter that it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. He mentioned Beyonce because that's who Jane Doe saw in the bed with him. Oh no, that was John Doe. John Doe saw another woman in bed, and that's why I probably was thinking why they included her in this picture right here. Everybody keeps saying stuff was settled. Jay-Z didn't settle anything. Busby didn't file the case with John Doe. If he was confident in this case, then file. No, it's not about that. See, that is what people are missing out. That is what people were missing out. The first part of this, they wanted to have a confidential mediation to go over the claims. Y'all have to realize this is before they are saying, okay, we are going to sue. Think about the actions that took place. They sent the demand letter. He had until November 19th to respond to both of them. Instead, he files a lawsuit. He files a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee for extortion when they just wanted to have a confidential mediation. Mr. Doe hereby demands that within 2 weeks of the date of this letter, your designee contact my office to schedule a confidential mediation. At that mediation, we expect the attendance of you or someone with your authority to act on your behalf, who can work together with Mr. Doe to resolve this delicate and important matter. If my office fails to hear from you and your designee by the close of business on November 19th, we will take a different course. Then it says, should this demand to reasonably mediate not be accepted? So he wanted to mediate, but if you don't want to mediate, then they have no choice but to file suit in the court of law. So it states here. So the question goes back to, all right, so they didn't file suit. So what the fuck happened with the John Doe case? Ah, I don't care what y'all see. What's funny is Diddy's. You know what? As soon as I hang up from here, y'all, I'm gonna go find those documentaries. I have to watch that. Yeah, Buttercup, Buttercup, we need to go watch it. What's up, Tiara? Hey y'all. Hey y'all. Okay, yeah, I need to start putting this shit on my calendar because I got a lot of cases that's going on. But you know one thing, Diddy ain't said shit. But what's crazy though is the fact that Diddy is still trying to get his hands on them damn tapes and them witnesses. He wanna know. He trying to intimidate whoever he can. That man ain't slick. A lot more stars are gonna be named. I believe it. I believe it. Trial starts May 5th. I doubt it's any co-defense, especially since no one has been. But see, that's the thing, Kwame. They have it. They have deadlines. So between now and the deadlines in which those enterprise letters and all the rest of those pre-trial motions have to come in, that's when stuff is going to come out. So I don't know. There's a lot of RICO cases. Hell, look at the damn Young Thug case. Trust me, it's well, past case. It's gonna come out. But I think Jay-Z mentioned this John Doe case in his defamation case he filed. But see, that's the thing. There was no defamation case that was just filed yesterday. The defamation case that people are talking about is the case that was filed back on November, what was it? November 18th. That's why I said people are behind. This case, so Jay-Z filed a lawsuit under the pseudonym John Doe against Tony Buzbee. It was first for extortion. He filed that a day before his response to the demand letters. In December, he filed an amended complaint to add defamation to it. So there's no new case. It's just this is a case that's going on. I think that's why people are getting confused. That's why I have to put this up here so people realize that that defamation case is not new. That defamation case Well, defamation was added December. In December, that's when they filed the amended complaint to add defamation to it. Let me see. Go back to this. Diddy Rico case is weak, and if the Southern District, New York. Now that part, but see, that's the, and I've said that in the beginning, and the only reason why I can somewhat agree with you, it's like it's what's the right term I want to say? See, Diddy wanted a speedy trial. And so the government has to work 10 times as faster to go through all the evidence and whatever it is that they need, get the discovery to them so they can review. See, they are trying to intimidate the government so the case will fall apart. That is the defense's strategy right now. There's too much information, too much evidence that the government has to go through. But they're standing their ground. But I do pray that justice is done. I really do. Jay-Z did pay one person. They didn't tell how much. Who child? The documentary was the best one I've seen so far. What? Okay, I really want to see this. From what we know, the 9 tapes could be Brady material. It's actually 10 tapes. 10 tapes. Yes, please hit the like button if y'all are chilling with us on this Saturday evening. I enjoy listening to you. You're very knowledgeable and thank you so much, JJ. Yeah, some people be like, "Oh my gosh, she ain't professional." Oh, she will start going. Bab, hey, Babs, the auntie in the chat. Babs ain't about to play with y'all. She said, "Y'all better hit that like button." He added new things to it yesterday, so I think it was amended. Y'all, I just closed. No, he actually didn't, because I just read the docket. The last amended petition was and you know what? I could do y'all a solid. Hold up. I have browsers for everything. It's not enough. It's not enough. I be on it. Somebody had to do it. All right. Let me go to California. And we're going to do case access. And what is this? CMCV. Hold on, y'all. Wait, this is the man letter. Let me close out of this. 05637. 05637. Yeah, because I just checked the docket to get the opposition, because you can't have 2 cases of the same thing going on. So I'm gonna show y'all the court docket. This is California court docket. So here, so the amended complaint that I've already read was December 20th. Then Buzbee filed the motion to strike. And then on February 10th, Jay-Z's team filed the opposition and their declarations. So there's no amended complaint on there. And I've checked even the federal courts, and I don't see a federal petition that was filed on there. So I don't know. But this is the only case that Jay-Z has against Buzbee for extortion um and defamation. I'll look again, but I don't see anything new that was filed. I did not see anything new. All right, let's get back into our declaration. Oh yeah, 28 likes. Y'all better get it up. Hey Ebony, please don't get lost in the sauce, people. Thank you, Cassandra's trying to share. Yeah, we trying to do this. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, thank you for what is this? What is this, Mr. Kwame, this is a super chat. Thank you. I've seen people be by. Hey, I have too. Especially if you got a good defense counsel. I have too. Hey, I contract with some good ass defense attorneys. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's get back into his whatchamacallit. All right. So we have read the John Doe demand letter. So now it goes back to, let's see. He said these allegations, which I learned of for the first time through these demand letters, were shocking to me and have absolutely no basis in fact. I did not do what Mr. Buzbee and his clients accuse me of have done. Jane Doe, I could see because she had a lot of holes in her stories. It was 20 years ago. We already been through that. But for that John Doe demand letter, that was very detailed. That was a good ass story if it was a made up story. In both of these demand letters, Mr. Busby gave me a choice. Either I could attend a mediation at which he demanded that I prepare to give each of his clients something of substance to address their situation, or if I did not agree with this by November 19th, he would take a different course in the form of causing a public ridicule over his accusations that I had supposedly raped his clients and that he would file a public lawsuit against me. I understood Mr. Busby's demand for something of substance to be a demand that I pay him and his clients a large sum of money to buy their silence. And that's the thing. Now there's an expert. I can't wait to get to this expert declaration. But he clearly just said attend a confidential mediation, discuss the allegations. If not, we'll take a different course and we'll file a lawsuit. I don't think he said that he was going to publicly embarrass Jay-Z because that's not I just read the demand letter to y'all. This is crazy. You're probably right. I'm just going off of what was on. Oh, gotcha. But wait, because this is off subject. But TMZ is trying to take credit for Wendy. The Breakfast Club talked to her first and broke the news. What? Actually, man, if you watch Don Lemon, I'll be watching Don Lemon, and he actually spoke to Wendy Williams before anybody. Mm-hmm. Let me see. So he pretty much saying that the demand letters, the one that I just read to you, was blackmail attempts. That's what he said. In the weeks leading up to Mr. Busby sending me these two demand letters, he had been engaged in a nonstop nationwide media blitz concerning Sean Combs, who had been arrested for having sexually assaulted men, women, and minors over many years, often at parties that he has hosted. Y'all, let me tell y'all, we're going to pause this. Did y'all read this? He didn't say allegedly. Jay-Z did not say allegedly. Listen to what he said. In the weeks leading up to Mr. Busby sending me these two demand letters, he had been engaged in a nonstop nationwide media blitz concerning Sean Combs, who had been arrested for having, not allegedly having, but having sexually assaulted men, women, and minors over many years, often at parties that he has hosted. JC just threw Sean Combs up under the bus. He didn't say allegedly. This man said who has been assaulting men, women, and minors for many years at parties that he has hosted. This man did not even put A in front of there. I hope y'all caught that. Jay-Z just threw Sean Combs up under the bus. Mr. Busby had claimed in media interviews and press conferences to represent 120 such persons, as he claimed that others, including well known recording artists and music industry entrepreneurs, had participated in those criminal activities. Mr. Busby made it clear that he was going to take his clients to law enforcement officers and agencies to see that the unnamed perpetrators landed in jail. He stated that he planned to not only pursue such persons through civil litigation, but also to encourage his clients to pursue these persons through a criminal justice system, whether by going to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Department of Justice, or other law enforcement agencies. He warned that the indictment against Mr. Combs will grow and that other people will be implicated. And he threatened that anyone involved in Mr. Combs' alleged misconduct should be prosecuted and put underneath the jail. I agree. I agree. Anybody from Trump to Diddy to whoever is out here actually assaulting men, women, and minors need to be under the jail. The fuck. Given that he had made these public statements right before he sent me the demand letters, it was clear to me that the demand letters conveyed a threat to have his clients report me to the police if I didn't meet his demands for compensation. What they say, if the shoe fits, then wear it. Because if you didn't do anything, what you crying about? I'm just saying. But it's just very, very weird that this John Doe letter was very specific. They claimed they had evidence, but nothing was ever filed. So did you respond to it? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mr. Busby's threat Mr. Busby's threat of a criminal referral became even clearer 1 week after he sent me the letters. He went on TMZ and made more threats. He told the host Harvey Levin that he was encouraging all his clients to talk to the law enforcement authorities. I know that lawyers send demand letters, but these demand letters were different. No, they weren't. They came on the heels of Mr. Busby's widely decimated public accusations that he was going after people in the music business that he claimed had participated in Mr. Combs' crimes. Then he sent me two letters that specifically accusing me of having participated in Mr. Combs' criminal conduct. I was deeply concerned that if I did not pay his clients something of substance, that the Busby intended to create a public spectacle and take his clients to criminal authorities to convince them to prosecute me. See, this is when you are outside of the box. That is not what the demand, and I think hopefully everybody can agree. That's what happens when you read too much into letters. That's not what it said. It asked for a confidential meeting. It said if you don't call the office, schedule that meeting by this date, then we're going to take another avenue, and that's the file suit. That's all the letter said. It didn't mean anything more. It didn't mean anything less. Hmm. Alrighty. But the way that this man is saying Sean Combs, like the shit is hilarious because he this declaration, and this is a declaration, kind of like an affidavit. Okay, California they do uses declarations. So the fact that Jay-Z is pretty much outing somebody he once called a friend is wild. It's wild. I didn't think that there were any other way to read those letters. Hmm. It's not as if he assured me in the letters that he was no longer planning to take his clients to the FBI or other law enforcement authorities to pursue criminal proceedings against me. He was still saying that. As a result, I took Mr. Busby's demand letters to communicate to me that if I did not agree within 2 weeks to ultimately pay his clients substantial amounts of money, he will falsely brand me in the media as a child rapist, file lawsuits against me claiming falsely that I had done these horrible things and attempt to bring the criminal justice system down on me by having his clients make false accusations against me to the FBI and other law enforcement agencies. Let me tell y'all something. In a demand letter, and I could show y'all demand letters. If we're going to put a number on it, we're going to put a number on it. We're going to say we are demanding $1 million. We are demanding $5 million. I know that in any attorney that I have drafted demand letters for, we put numbers on it. We put numbers on it. Essay cases, car wreck cases, wrongful death cases, premises liability cases, it doesn't matter. We put a number on it. So I don't know how Jay-Z can interpret that he was asking for a substantial amount of money. It asked for a confidential meeting to work out a resolution. Now I don't know what happens. Maybe y'all got to the meeting and they realized, oh, okay, it wasn't you, and that was it. It is no exaggeration that I viewed this as an existential threat to my reputation, my career, my family, and everything else I have spent my life achieving. And because it was because it was all uh predicated on completely false accusations, I considered Mr. Buzbee to be blackmailing me. I felt enormous pressure to protect my family from what Mr. Buzbee threatened to preserve my professional reputation. I felt mental anguish knowing someone, Mr. Buzbee, was attempting to maliciously destroy me, my livelihood, and my family. I felt that Mr. Buzbee was placing a pow pow to my head that I either bow to his demands or endure personal financial ruin. His actions caused me mental anguish about the ticking time bomb and what it would do to me, my family, and my hard earned reputation. I refused to be intimidated or extorted by Mr. Buzbee. After receiving this demand letters, my lawyer contacted Mr. Busby's firm to find out information regarding his doe clients and the basis for their false allegations. Mr. Busby's associate refused to provide any information about their false allegations unless I signed a non NDA. Mr. Busby himself never returned the call. If we go back to the demand letters, what did the demand letter say? A confidential mediation. So you contacted the law firm to get more information after they told you they wanted a confidential mediation. Why would you think that they would give you information over the phone if it's confidential? That means that, okay, y'all need to come to an agreement, and for the privacy of their clients, they have a right. Just like if Jay-Z, when he filed this case under the pseudonym John Doe, and let's say he sent out a letter to them, to Buzbee, saying we want a confidential mediation because Jay-Z wanted to protect his name. He didn't want his name to come out, right? It's the same thing here. So just like you filed suit under the pseudonym John Doe because you wanted privacy, that is exactly why Jane Doe and John Doe wanted their privacy. So that is on you, that you did not want to participate in that because the ball was already in your court. You just didn't want to do it. That's crazy. Meanwhile, Mr. Buzbee continued to spread these false claims about me to the press. He also alluded to it being me who was bringing a claim against, including by commenting on, liking, and engaging with social media comments speculating that I was person celebrity A. And he intended to name in a lawsuit that would allege that I had sexually assaulted his clients. In December of 2024, Mr. Buzbee made good on his threat by adding me as a defendant to a lawsuit that he had already filed on behalf of Jane Doe. He also made good on his threat to accuse me publicly and outside of the court system of raping a minor. In fact, before filing the lawsuit, he even contacted an NBC reporter to disclose that he would soon be naming me in a lawsuit, and he continued his threats to report his targets to the law enforcement agencies of criminal investigation. Among other things, he stated to TMZ again that he was not ruling out filing charges against me with the New York prosecutors. When I read this, I was shocked, appalled, and devastated. Now, Buzbee, if you reached out to NBC, that's crazy. Now, you're doing a little bit too much, my boy. That was a little bit too much. Because we have the transcripts of you going on Chris Henson's, Stephen A. Smith's. Like, you spoke to a number of people. Now, even though you didn't put a lot of names on it, that's good. But this NBC interview was not it. That was not it. It should not have been done. Because that baby was publicly embarrassed. And it's crazy because people have drugged her up or down, and I'm glad that her name never was revealed, because the public ridicule is bananas. It was incredibly painful for my wife and me to sit down with our children, one of whom is at an age where her friends would surely see the press and ask questions about these claims, and explain this. I mourn this loss of innocence for my children, including one who is around the age that female minor claims to have been when she was falsely claims that these heinous acts happened. I'm heartbroken that my children have to endure hearing these things about their father, especially at their young age. Although my utmost priority is my family, I was also concerned about the impact these false accusations would have on my career, and more importantly, the negative effect it could have on all people who work with me. I know that false allegations like the ones Mr. Buzbee has levied against me can be career ending and threaten to destroy what I have worked so hard to build. Mr. Busby's actions undermine my relationship and my company's Rock Nation's relationship with other businesses in the sports and entertainment space. We have agreements to produce entertainment programs for certain sports events. After shout out now, jayz did do that Kendrick thing. I applaud him. I do applaud that. After Mr. Buzbee filed the lawsuit, the media reported that other businesses could end their deals with Rock Nation and forced one to speak out and address whether these false allegations would end our business relationship. Immediately after Mr. Buzbee went public with false accusations, my company, Rock Nation, also lost other contracts in the sports and entertainment space that would have generated revenues of approximately $20 million per year. Now, even though he's saying that, he has to prove this. He has to prove this. Oh, I know I'm behind on this. Let me get through. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get to the comments. I forgot where I was in the comments. Social media comments online responding to Mr. Busby's public statements about me and accusations against me have caused me harm. For example, people have said, I can't wait until you join Combs in prison, then later in hell. Now, I ain't never said that. He needs to be in jail. Jay-Z needs to be locked up. Jay-Z's about to go down. All of you at Rock Nation, Jay-Z, all of you are going down. Just wait and see. And lock Jay-Z up. Other comments have accused me of being a set. Oh, what? A trafficker, a terrorist, and a monster. I ain't know about a Satanist. Good Lord. I ain't went that deep. Oh Lord, they call him the N word and threaten violence against me and my wife, including to unalive or execute us. Now, people do too much. People do way too much here on this internet. I was harshly criticized by others for accompanying my daughter to the premiere of her movie a day after Mr. Busbee filed the Jane Doe lawsuit against me. Media outlets reported that Disney was hesitant over my attendance at the premiere because of the accusations. I feel that Mr. Busbee purportedly filed this lawsuit on the eve of my daughter's premiere to put me in the position to having to choose between supporting my daughter or hiding to avoid the negative press coverage. Whew. And that's his declaration. Now we're going to read the expert. So they they ended up getting an expert, y'all. But let me get to this. All right. Um. Jay is misrepresenting what was said in the demand letter. He totally exaggerated the contents of the. Yep, he did. Like a wet scarf. Jay-Z's been throwing anyone in his under the bus his whole career. Oh man, it's crazy. The way that I read that, baby, he didn't even say bro, allegedly for allegedly. He said bro was arrested because he did it. Wendy is going back to court now to be back over herself, I think, next month. Yeah, I need to get into that because oh my gosh, they did Wendy so wrong. I don't know why Jay-Z even have a lawyer. He's doing the most. I'm not surprised at Jay turning on Diddy. His silence spoke volumes with it all first. Baby, ain't nobody said nothing on Diddy's behalf. Nobody. They are going to be telling on each other. Yep. Mm-hmm. Tara said Jay-Z refuses to claim the man. Mm-hmm. He don't know Diddy. They don't know. They just share the same name, different spellings. For real. For real, Tara. He's like, I don't know that man. That man, he's a bad man. He's a bad, bad man, in the words of Trump. I strongly believe that John Doe case was settled. I also believe Jay knew exactly who Jane Doe was. Essentially, Jay paid one and contested the weaker case. I remember you said that. I do remember you said that in the beginning. The funniest part when Jay-Z lawyers said that Diddy and Jay-Z were never friends. Meanwhile, the host of videos with Diddy and Jay together for years. Yeah, you could go on to what's that website? Uh is it Getty? Yeah, Getty Images, and just type in Diddy and Sean, and all of these are Diddy and Jay-Z. Nothing but photos come up. He's not his friend, his strategist brother. The only call him okay. The Bushes people sit over here the whole time. They can't. Yeah, y'all don't want Babs on y'all because Babs will get on y'all if y'all don't hit that like button. She gonna come after y'all. Jay had to publicly fight one in order to prevent the floodgates from opening up like they did with Diddy. Babe, when that video came out of him dragging Cassie, it was a wrap. Yeah, floodgates are gonna open. What's wrong? Cash, where y'all barking at? I got these headphones on, so I can't hear Dilly squat. Agreed, but I hope that the feds come in instead. That will give any chance of other victims of confidence to come back. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and it's crazy because the way that I feel about these SA cases is that you do have a few bad seeds that come in the bunch that kind of knocks down the validity of any other cases, and it's pretty sad. Um, and I do agree that they have to have a better way when it comes to these type of essay cases to properly vet these people, because you have stuff like this that happens. Now I don't know if this is no, because Tony Buzbee was part of the Me Too movement. He did represent. I need to go back and look at his cases. Busbee better off quitting the Diddy lawsuits and focus on not losing 100 million. Where y'all getting 100 million from? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Oh yes, man, but Karma's. I need to know where 100 million is coming from, because all I saw is that he lost. He stated 20 million, but he has to prove that. This lawsuit is looking more serious than Diddy lawsuits he's filing. Jay-Z is not going to talk like that to the feds, neither his attorney. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Did you not read the demand letter? The demand letter state nothing, absolutely nothing about criminal charges. There was nothing regarding criminal charges in the demand letter. So that wasn't even in there. And neither one. I was like, I have to go back and I have to show folks. I gotta show folks. Sometimes you gotta show up or show out and whatever Kendrick said. Demand. Okay. Now this one, I'm gonna pull both of them. Oh, all right. Well, I guess he did say that. So this is the Jane Doe. So in the Jane Doe, he said to credit Miss Doe has no real interest in causing. Okay, so in causing a public spectacle or filing a public lawsuit, but she will do. But she will do so. However, once something of substance done without this unacceptable situation in your actions. Then it talks about contacting the office for a confidential mediation, and that's it. So I don't see anything that states anything about criminal charges. And I'll even go to those. Let's go to Doe. Doe, Doe, Doe. All right. So he did say, to his credit, Mr. Doe has no real interest in causing a public spectacle. So he's just saying, hey, we don't want to release this to the public or file a lawsuit. But we will if you don't want to, you know. So it did say that. It just says that they didn't have any interest in making a public spectacle about this or have filing a public lawsuit. We could just sit down, we could have a meeting and talk about this. So it did say that. But nowhere in this demand letter does it talk about criminal charges. So that's false. Jay was celebrity A. It turns out unusual. Da, da, da. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was bad and cruel, especially was not protected in the interview. Yep. How was the interview about your alleged sexual assault bad and cruel? Did he make her do the interview? Talk about letting her do it. What's the hell of the bad letter? It could have been handled appropriately. The casino deal was 20 million, and oh, well, I ain't got to that part. Oh, okay, but here is how this works. He's not asking for any damages. Well, I'll take that back. In the amended complaint, he did ask for special damages, but he does have to prove. He has to show proof that he lost $100 million deal. He has to prove that. That's what I'm saying. It's so many factors as to why that deal. But at the end of the day, he could say all he wants in this declaration. And I know that the amended complaint says that he's asking for special damages, but he's going to have to prove that that casino contract was lost because of this. So he ain't as he can sit there and say that he lost $100 million deal, but you have to prove that you lost 100 because the ball is in his court. He is the one who filed this lawsuit. So everything that he's claiming damages for, he has to prove. Oh yeah, he could definitely fight back. But at the end of the day, I don't care what happened to the John Doe. I'm gonna look up and see. He could blame it on him doesn't mean it's true. The local community didn't want exactly because if people voted, normally people don't even be reading their ballots. Because if it's something that's in the community and if the community doesn't want a casino in their community, that's what's about to happen. They ain't about to do it. I'm gonna go. I need to read that. I'm gonna read up on that. Actually, where my notebook at? Oh, I'm gonna see if that was even on the ballot. Let me see. Jay-Z casino deal. I'm getting tired. Yeah, we're gonna see that. I don't believe anything Alex say because Alex done said a lot of shit in the dang Eric Adams case, and the judge got on his butt for it. You know what? That's look. If your criminal defense attorney ain't fighting for you, you ain't got a good attorney. Let me tell you something. They gonna say they're as a criminal defense attorney or a defense attorney, period, civil or criminal. You got to do whatever it is to sway the public. I'm just going to put that out there. Oh my gosh, I can see it's guilty. But yeah, on your side, that's what you think. This motherfucker guilty, them motherfucker. I can see it's guilty until proven over here. When they say he didn't pay, there are many ways for a billionaire to pay without it being personal in name. Thank you. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show ninjas. Jay Z, Leslie, what are you barking for? Go back and look at Buzbee. Just saying he's an intelligent man. I thought there was a second lawsuit. Nah, it's not. That's why everybody I be on this internet be like, what the hell people be talking about? Cause and when they started talking about the John Doe, I started laughing because I was like, man, I done talked about John Doe 3 weeks ago. It is so hilarious. You believe Jay Z walked away without paying? Shit, I don't put nothing past nobody. I Hey, y'all can say what y'all want to say, but it was very evident in that John Doe letter. Either you respond with my office by this date, or we filing a lawsuit. John Doe just went into dissipated in the air. Where did it go? That was dumb move by Jay Z Company to send that, and I'm very interested in these cases because, and that's the thing. Oh my gosh, it's so many connections. It's so many dots. There's so many dots. I feel like doing like one of those boards that you be seeing in those detective movies because it's all going to come together. We may not understand it right now because it's all over the place, but it's going to come together. It was a very standard. It was actually a very standard demand letter because, child, I could show y'all my demand letters. It'd be like 10 to 15 pages, probably more than that. Oh my gosh, I gotta go over the Rocky trial because I need to see that. It look, I ain't gonna lie, the Rocky trial look boring, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold y'all. If Jay Z paid anything, Alex Fire wouldn't be talking about. We know Alex ain't gonna talk about it. Alex ain't. Hey, Alex is dirty. I think. You know, saying birds of a feather flock together. Diddy and Jay Z forever. Hey. Oh my gosh. Yes. Y'all definitely please come out the bushes and hit that like button for your girl. It is very much appreciated. If Jay-Z settled, Tony Busby would did a press conference on his, you know what? I don't y'all I y'all hey Corey. Um my college student is home. um here here is my thing, y'all. And I know how attorneys are. Whether it's, ooh, I know one thing I could check. Hold up. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that after. Because all these attorneys, they talk. They talk amongst themselves. They have a whole group. I'm about to go be nosy because I'm gonna see if they said anything about it. But he's not saying anything. He posted yesterday. He posted a story. What's up? You hungry? Go ahead. What? What? Get the fuck out of my. I can't stand these goddamn kids. Um, it is just Tony is not saying anything, and I don't think that it is regarding is he didn't take a loss. He didn't take a loss because if he took a loss, he would have come out and said that he took a loss. Something is up. I swear to God, something is up. Something is up. It's strange. Busby did all that work and dropped everything just to walk away. That is what I'm saying. But y'all, even though the case is dropped, we still have this. So the contents of everything that's happening, because it's like saying that the investigators went to Gerardo's and Jose's house, they weren't real people. It's like saying that MG Legal is not connected or work for Rock Nation with Quinn Manuel. It's not making sense. Girl, people make up so much. They see one thing on this internet and they swear it's true. I be like, what? I be like, what? Oh man, I gotta look. All right, all right, y'all. So we read Sean Carter's declaration. We read why he is wanting. Why he is opposing Buzbee's motion to strike Jay-Z's amended uh complaint. So the amended complaint is listing some things, some bad things, some false claims about Buzbee. Buzbee doesn't like it, so he filed a motion to strike, and Jay-Z is opposing that motion to strike. And he told us why in the declaration that I just read. Now, this declaration is in opposition to that motion to strike. This is an expert. So this is from an expert. So we're going to see exactly what the expert says. Oh my God, this is about to be interesting. All right, so I have been retained as an expert by Quinn Emanuel on behalf of its client Sean Carter. I was asked to offer an opinion on the conduct of Jay-Z, on the conduct of defendants Anthony Buzbee and the Buzbee firm, law firm in connection with their assertion of a claim, including in demand letters concerning Mr. Carter's alleged involvement in crimes committed by Sean Diddy Combs. Oh yeah, before I get to this part, y'all know what the crazy part is? How people they don't like Tony Buzbee, but they're for Jay-Z and his firm, Quinn Emanuel. But I go to the Megan Thee Stallion versus Milagro, and people hate Meg Thee Stallion, not knowing that the same firm that is representing Jay-Z is representing Megan Thee Stallion. It's like people make up your minds. That's why it's funny to me. Oh my gosh. All right. So let's see what this man says, this expert says. All right, he said, I was asked to consider two questions. First, did defendants' demands to Mr. Carter prior to the filing of the lawsuit against him adhere to professional norms, including in relation to the California rule of professional conduct that states that a lawyer shall not threaten to present criminal, administrative, or disciplinary charges to obtain an advantage in a civil dispute? Second, did Mr. Buzbee comply with a lawyer's ethical obligation to investigate a client's factual allegations before asserting a claim based on those allegations? Now, I'm trying to figure out because the man did not say anything about any type of criminal or disciplinary charges. So I'm so confused about that part. But, anywho, let me keep reading. My opinion on the first question is that no. Defendants' November 2024 demand letters on behalf of clients Jane Doe and John Doe did not adhere to the professional norms. Those letters, when viewed in context of defendants' preceding public statements, threatened a criminal referral for those associated with Mr. Combs, cross ethical lines by suggesting that absent a payment, Mr. Carter, defendants would create a public spectacle that would include not only a civil lawsuit, but also a criminal referral basis based on Mr. Carter's alleged participation in criminal enterprise. I need to find an attorney on this here YouTube to break this down because I don't agree with this expert. I don't. My opinion on the second question is that no, Mr. Buzbee and his firm did not adhere to the professional standard governing his duty to take reasonable steps to investigate Jane Doe's claim before asserting a claim that included factual allegations that were susceptible of being proven or disproven, but which they do not appear to have adequately investigated. I base my opinions on standards of the professional conduct as informed by the California Rules of Professional Conduct and the American Bar Association models rules. Case law including that which construes attorney obligations and standards governing lawyers, ethical obligations and duties, and other guidance such as ethics, opinions, and legal treaties. My opinion are also based on my experience as practicing lawyer, my understanding of the applicable rules and standards, and my training. Where helpful, I cite specific rules, decisions, or ethic opinions on which I'm relying. All right, so this is his qualifications. Okay, I ain't going through all that. Now he is the co-editor of the Law of Legal Malpractice. Okay, and he speak at public. Wait, I regularly speak in published articles. All right, so he has the qualifications to be an expert. All right, so lawyers' professional duty not to threaten criminal charges to obtain a civil advantage. So here, okay, but they can encourage and facilitate their client to speak with law enforcement and urge prosecutors to bring charges. An attorney conveying that is the recipient of a demand letter to advantage the attorney's client in a civil pursuit dispute threatens the administration of justice because such threat can create fear in the recipient and undue pressure to give into a settlement demand. So I guess by Buzbee doing those press conferences and then sending out a demand letter, this is where he is saying that an ordinary person would be scared, like, oh my god, if I did do it and I'm watching this, when I get that demand letter, I have no choice but to pay. Yes, I actually seen her. I need to subscribe to her. Pam is good. I am going to go over there. Thank you. Kwame be having me dying in this chat. Jay-Z definitely did settle Jay-Z and Diddy lawyer statements after dismissal made Tony Buzbee look like a con artist trying. But you know what? I don't ever listen to what they say. What's up? But Decorius, you go through so many. I don't have another block. Ask your brother. Wait here. And also, they said with those Samsung ones, you can't. Tomorrow, I'm gonna take you to the store so you can get another block. Oh, that don't. Didn't you just buy one? Didn't you just buy one? Give me back. You're not taking this back to your dorm with you. What are you looking for? I just gave you a block, Corey. Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, y'all. These kids go through charges like they go through draws. After doing that Diddy press conference, he owes the public at least a statement regarding dismissal. We don't want to hear about your exotic rats from prison. Kwame, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I went on Buzbee's thing and I see a freaking pig eating lettuce. I was like, bro. And he turned off the comments. He turned off the comments, y'all. So he already know we want answers, man. So going back to this expert, y'all. So like I said before, like you can't what he's saying is an ordinary person, if they was to receive a demand letter after watching somebody get up there and say, they're going to do this and this and they hope that this happens, and then you get a demand letter, they're going to be pressured into paying versus having to go through with a lawsuit and have this all out in the open. But once again, I'm still questioning the John Doe. Nobody talking about the John Doe. What happened to the John Doe? Hashtag what happened to the John Doe? Um, Let me see. Attorneys often send demand letters, of which we do, to make sure that such letters do not cross the line by threatening criminal or other non civil charges to obtain leverage for a civil dispute. Likewise, Texas, where Mr. Buzbee is licensed, and New York, where he filed the Jane Doe lawsuit, also prohibit lawyers from threatening criminal action to obtain a advantage in a civil pursuit. But here's the thing: we're talking about the demand letter. The demand letter per se did not. Um, demand letter did not have any type of threatening language. I know it said about making it a public ridicule. Well, I guess they did say that. He did say that. He said that they didn't want to make it a public spectacle or a public lawsuit. I can see where he coming from with that. In this expert's opinion, he stated that Mr. Busby's demand letters to Mr. Carter violated this rule and failed to adhere to customary professional norms. The chronological, the chronology of the relevant events is unusual. Before sending the demand letters to Mr. Carter, Mr. Busby made a number of public statements suggesting that he would refer the targets of his investigations to the authorities, including the FBI. For example, around the time that Mr. Busby brought Jane Doe on as a client, Mr. Busby stated in an October 1st press release that he intends to make clients available to the authorities, specifically to the FBI. 2 days later, he stated in an interview, I expect the Combs indictment and the charges in the indictment will grow. He also stated that those who were involved with Mr. Combs should be prosecuted and put underneath the jail. And he stated on October 7th on a podcast, there are going to be some people named in the cases that are going to raise some eyebrows. And they have the transcripts for all of the interviews and press conferences that Tony Buzbee did. So he can't say that he didn't say this. I have to agree with this expert. I totally agree. It was only after making those public threats of criminal referrals that Mr. Busby then privately sent the demand letters to Mr. Carter, demanding a settlement to avoid further steps that are ill defined, but which would create a public spectacle as a result of Mr. Carter's alleged participation in the criminal enterprise. Read together with Mr. Publi's prior public statements, Mr. Busby demand letters to Mr. Carter suggested that absent a prompt settlement, a criminal referral or public humiliation would follow. Man, bruh. Ah, Mr. Busby also made an additional public threat of criminal referral after he sent the demand letters to Mr. Carter. On November 12th, 1 week after Mr. Busby sent the letters, TMZ published a film featuring Mr. Busby in which he stated that the number of Mr. Combs' alleged victims have already spoken to authorities and that he was encouraging all of his clients to do so. All right, Mr. Expert, I give you +1. I give you +1. I give you +1, my boy. Oh, let me see what else. I ain't reading all of this, but I get the gist of it. He went to school in London. Okay. Oh, magna cum laude. This man knows his stuff. Oh, I know they had to pay him a lot of money because, hey, expert witnesses. Damn, this is everything that he reviewed. Ha! Y'all, I gotta get up off because I was tired. Okay. So pretty much with that expert was hired to see if what Tony Busby did was ethical. Um, did it follow the guidelines of the American Bar Association and California pretty much rules and statute? and he pretty much stated that it did not. Now, after going back and reading the demand letters, it did say something along the lines of avoiding public spectacle and public lawsuit, if they, could come down and sit down and have a confidential meeting. Now, here's the crazy part. Jay-Z did admit that they called the office to get more information, but of course, you have to sign an NDA because that it's a confidential mediation. But you chose not to, and then you make like they were supposed to follow up with you. The ball was still in your court. But I do understand what the expert is saying. Like, you can't, what Buzbee did, I think, in a way, was a disservice to the many, many clients that he represents now, as well as the ones he represented. Um, when you get up in front of the world and you say these things, and then you send out a demand letter and hopes that you scare them into meeting with them, or getting a settlement. So I do agree with that, what the expert was saying. Now, the thing is, we are all on the fence about this because people saying, "Oh, Jane Doe was lying. Jay-Z was right the whole time." Right? Listen to what I'm saying. Get this. So Jane Doe was lying. Jay-Z was telling the truth. But y'all have to remember, Diddy, the one that Jay-Z just threw up under the bus, that said that he does and he did sexually assault men, women, and minors, was also dismissed from the case. It does not make sense. So who's lying? Who's telling the truth? And then we still got the John Doe. I don't care. Jay-Z just threw Diddy up under the bus, but why? But why was Diddy let go? Why not just drop the amended complaint that named Jay-Z and keep Diddy on? It does not make sense at all. Hey, hey, I see somebody said Cowboys. Hold on. Let me go back. Yeah, I'll be. Oh my gosh. All right, I think I found. Let me see. Yeah, but Jay-Z's defense was it happened. It's not the right jurisdiction and it's outside the time frame she could bring the claim. Yeah, I forgot about that. And that was the defense saying. They was trying very, very hard. They was saying that the time bar, they was saying that it wasn't in the right jurisdiction. Mm-hmm. I love the source because Andrew uses some of the other creators give you stuff for no to look. Oh, thank you. What happened to girl? What happened to Celebrity X? There's what happened to Celebrity X? We don't know what happened to Celebrity B through X, y'all. We don't know what happened to Celebrity C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, Elemental P. We don't know anybody. That's what I'm saying. This is it is weird. But y'all just hear me out. Diddy and Jay-Z was dropped from a case. The whole action was dismissed. But yet Jay-Z just came up here and told us that this man has been doing this to these people for years. Make it make sense, please. Tony Buzbee strategy pile on lawsuits and hope for a settlement to put. Not the rat from Brazil. You're not gonna do the farm animals like that, man. You ain't gonna do his pets like that, man. Hey, I want to go to that ranch. He Tony Busby be all over the world, man. He be all over the world. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I want to go to the ranch. They just like Chantel Freeman's father up for doing what he did to her as a child, and she's grown. So timeline is matching. I got a feeling that Diddy might win with the Courtney. Now that one, that right there is this. Let me tell you something about that case. That I never liked Ariel Mitchell, and it's the way that she was moving. But that Courtney Burgess dude, like you saying that you have, if you have tapes, you could have been showed the tapes, or you could have been given the tapes to the feds. Why are you holding on to these tapes? Because you ain't got no tapes. Go on. Some people just be looking for clout. And that's what pisses me off because then you discredit everybody else. Girl, that's what we saying too. That's the real question that I want. I'm like, why was the motion for sanctions dropped? Like, you done brought Trump's attorneys into the picture to represent you and Jane Doe. Couple of weeks out, probably less than 2 weeks later, the motions for sanctions is dropped. Couple of days later, Bad Boy Records is dismissed from the suit. Then the whole suit is dismissed. Mm. Busby probably would settle if Beyonce performed Cowboy. You know what, Kwame? You go. I'm about to ban you from the chat. I'm about to ban you from the chat. Check in Busby lawsuit if Beyonce have to perform. Kwame, why is you so funny? Jay-Z needs to be locked up on the fact that he said he didn't know Diddy. Baby, I bet Diddy in his cell punching the walls right now. He did. He started that public spectacle when he put that darn statement out there. Ain't nobody would have known nothing. Ain't nobody would have known nothing. Because you already filed under John Doe. So why would you even put out a statement? But it is what it is. Feds probably have Diddy on mother scared. Boy, the mama is, I be side eyeing her too. I think I must be this part that throws out those Diddy cases, which means Jay-Z was indirectly his strategist. No, I don't even think I watched the but here's the thing. See the sanctions, I don't even see any disciplinary actions taken, but we have to go back to the motion for sanctions. That was the whole thing. Like the motions for sanctions, if you tell an attorney they're getting sanctioned, they're going to be pissed. Okay? So for a motion for sanctions to be just dropped, it is not making a lick of sense. You get just a rest because I truly appreciate your hard work. If you get a chance, you must see. Baby, I'm about to curl up in that bed and I'm about to watch this Diddy. I'm about to watch this Diddy special, y'all, because I got to see it. Brown, this is true and scary. That is so they do not try to fight public eye. We are not the judges or the jury. You're right. If Bubsy was brought from law, he got to sell that 100 billion law so he could kiss that red chicken. Man, why you refer to that man farm animals as rats, man? But Jay Z still. But Jay Z, people need to be talking about why he just did Diddy like that. That's what I want to know. It don't make sense, but let's make it make sense. How could this be? Child, I don't know. My head be hurting. I periodically, like, I sit here, I do this all day. So I sometimes when I don't do lives, I'm just literally resting my brain because my mind goes 100 miles per hour. That's why I do like my GED stuff, or I just kind of rest because all day I'm doing legal stuff. And so as I'm typing, I may be thinking about a Diddy case, but this thing has been on my mind since I reported it yesterday. It does not make sense and it's making my head hurt because I don't know why it's happening the way that it's happening. It is weird. Jay-Z Diddy. JJ Diddy. Oh, okay. I like to say Jay-Z doing the lawsuit too. I believe John Doe because if it was that discovery had proved. Oh man! And the NDAs. Even there was a lawyer at the party at the John Doe party that attended. Courtney and Ariel were plants. I believe it. Cause I'm like, who the hell she representing? Some attorneys don't need to be attorneys. I don't even know how they passed the bar, bro. Courtney Burgess lied and Ariel Mitchell on Twitter talking about sneaky links with the pending lawsuit. With I need to get that. I forgot they were saying that. I need to pull that up. Now I would not hire Ariel as an attorney. Yep, he AWOL. He was in Dallas. If I would have known all of this was going to go down, I would have went to his office personally and knocked on his door. I'd be like, "Yes, I have a consultation with Mr. Buzbee," and then went in there. Hey, Buzbee, can you elaborate? Oh, she knows him. That's weird if they do. Do all the suits probably. Mm-hmm. Can't do civil lawsuits until his criminal cases is over. Iffy. That's what I'm saying. You spending a lot of money, but I think Diddy is broke and he needs the money. But them civil cases is not going to be wrapped up in no 3 months. Diddy's saving a lot of money. He is. Why give us all these announcements and the name shall be days, and I'm filming this, that, and then dropping this back and man, that man got me pissed off. He is. Kwame is funny. See, y'all see how we can be adults and all come over here and agree to disagree on things. That's what I love about it. I love having. If we all have the same views, it's gonna be boring. Did you see Diddy had to be taken to the hospital? They showed a picture. I know. I thought that was AI at first. I think Diddy was trying to figure out how he gonna escape. He's an habitual offender. Had that blood in, blood out. Went hard, didn't it? Oh my gosh. Wait, hey, that blood in, blood out went hard, didn't it? Man, let me tell y'all something. I still have to I have to watch because I fell asleep. I did not know it was 3 hours long. So I think I got halfway through it. So after I watch my blood in, blood out, I have to report to my boyfriend because I swear he used to he would watch and I remember watching the beginning with him and I fell asleep. So now it's my duty to watch the whole thing so I know what the hell he be talking about. But it's a good movie because there's a lot of people in that movie like Billy Bob Thornton. I didn't even know Billy Bob Thornton was in there. Backing out the oh, this man. His mom is a pimp. I believe it. Miss Sean Combs the pimp. No, she is the worst. She is the worst attorney. I don't want no announcement. I don't need no announcement from Buzbee. I just need him to tell me why. Jay-Z didn't throw Diddy under the bus in the claim. He repeated exactly what Buzbee said, what we are talking about. That was Jay-Z's declaration. Jay-Z's declaration. That ain't what Buzbee said. That is what that what came out that man's mouth. He said that Sean Combs was arrested for sexually assaulting. Not Aria worked for Diddy. Oh Lord. Had no comment regarding the lawsuit against her, but on Twitter talking about how good. What? Oh, this lady is crazy. He did though. Earl, why you say did that man threw that man all over that darn bus, under, over, underneath, through the bus. We're over here descending all these. Okay. Oh my gosh. He. Oh my gosh. No, you're fine. You are fine. You are totally fine. That's how I be trying to type fast in these chats. I know, got it. Oh my gosh. I know Kanye's related mother personally, and I know she's oh my gosh. I every time I'm like Kanye, I be rooting for you, bro. I be rooting for you, man. Folio your Twitter is wild. I'm not even gonna go on her Twitter because I don't even want to know at this point. I hope they get. I hope he wins that suit. That's one suit I hope he wins. Boy, they did throw J Lo up under the bus. That was wrong. So we still don't know who Celebrity B or Celebrity X is. I need to find out who this John Doe was, cause I need answers. Somebody gonna answer my question. Diddy was trying to get some rugs. You know what? I forgot, cause that man, he in there. He had to go cold turkey, baby. So that man is feeding. He feeding from some rugs and some nookie. You see things clearly. Kanye sacrifice. Oh my gosh. I hope that is not true. Oh my gosh. But I visited Cali twice now, specifically Los Angeles, and I love to learn about the culture, the people, how they do things and all that. So I read a lot, and access to the internet, you get a lot more. Everything, like, information is a lot more accessible. And so I started looking into, like, because I was always interested in, like, in the Illuminati and stuff like that. But when they was talking about people were actually going to jail for doing, like, animal sacrifices, and they were finding, like, animal, like, pieces of animal, like, animal's head or whatever, like, near the shore. Y'all, this shit is crazy. I was like, this shit really happened. So I don't put nothing out. Mm. Blood and Blood, I got Shoveling Pen as the main character. Man, I'm learning. I probably need to write down the names too. But bro, that freaking movie go hard. I was in my bed, like, I don't know. That movie went hard. Celebrity had a confidential meeting and excused herself. There's there's talk that Diddy's mom might be his. I don't know about none. If I can't prove none of that, I don't know. Sean Penn, or however you spot. I need to look. I have to go back and look at the cast. Maybe J Lo paid for everybody to be dismissed. J Lo said, "I don't want no parts of what y'all talking about. We got all the dick he want." No, I don't believe in it. But when people they talk about people where there's articles saying that they, like, the short something with, like, animal parts was getting in the waterways or whatever. Babs, I read it because I didn't believe in that stuff. But when I started reading it in news articles, I said, this is bananas. Oh, today is Jumbo Earl Day, huh? We love you, Earl. Earl, you welcome over here. Now we go get on you, but your opinion is welcome. I do wonder how Diddy's sister is doing. I never knew he had a sister. Hell, I didn't even know he had siblings. To be honest with you, sorry, I'm not looking at what you saying. And oh man, all right. I'm glad I even got through all the comments. Hey y'all, it is 11:20. I'm about to go probably fix me some tea and go curl up in this bed and put on finish Blood in and Blood Out, or Blood Out, Blood In, however you want to say it. And then tomorrow I'm gonna tap into the Diddy documentary, and we might touch on that, because I don't know if y'all watched it, but if y'all haven't watched it, watch it, and we might have a little conversation about that. But y'all, thank y'all for tapping in. Um, like I said, this is not a new lawsuit. It's not a new lawsuit. uh Jay-Z just submitted his. So there's three parts to this. It was actually an opposition that was filed to Tony Buzbee's motion to strike Jay-Z's amended complaint, but I can't get my hands on the opposition. And with that opposition, they have two declarations that are attached to it. Now, those are available, and that's what I just read. So it is the declaration of Jay Z of why he opposed the motion to strike. And it's a declaration from the expert that pretty much tells us why Tony Busby, what he did was unethical, unprofessional, and not according to the American Bar Association or California standards. Okay. So if y'all see anything else on the tube, just remember what I told y'all so y'all can understand what information y'all are getting. Okay. Notice the crypt in the movie when they say Rocky don't choke in a rocket don't smoke, but I could pull a yeah, chat. Yeah, I need to go back and watch that part. Hey, I learned a lot in that. Earl, in this world today, you are guilty until proven innocent. Okay, okay. Perhaps you need to Elizabeth Banks and her cupboard with the chicken blood. Oh my gosh, Azalea Banks, she weird anyway. Have a great night. Yes. Let's do a live stream of it. Okay, I might need to set that up. Now I don't know if I can show it. I have to read and see if I could just show it publicly on YouTube. And if not, if y'all don't have Twitch, I do have Twitch. So definitely come in and I'll put my Twitch link and everything on here, and then we can just go over to Twitch and watch it. Hopefully they won't strike me. I do have a Patreon, so I need to see exactly what platform I'm able to play it on, so I won't get shut down. Because DJ Academics probably trying to take me out, and I ain't going down. I ain't going down. But definitely thank y'all for tuning in. I thoroughly enjoyed everybody's opinions, everybody's conversations. Tomorrow, I think I might tap in with y'all and we all can sit here and watch the Diddy, the making of a bad boy, so we can converse and, see what they talking about on there. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the replay game. Thank y'all for tapping in. Once again, I love y'all. If Babs is on y'all, like she said, y'all better learn how to hit the like button. Cause if not, Babs is she gonna come see y'all. She gonna come see y'all. But y'all have a blessed night and I'll tap in with you guys tomorrow. Bye.